It is day number 2 of harvest. First up, I am hauling grain and eating some Chinese leftovers. I think it's just about 6. The elevator opens at 7, so we'll see if there's a line or not. So I got to the elevator at the exact same time as 3 other trucks, but I was turning left and they were turning right into the parking lot. So I have 3 trucks ahead of me when I could have been first in line. Oh, I'm bummed, but it's okay. While we're sitting here, I have a script I need to get to a brand, so I'm gonna work on that this morning. Personally, I am always just about wiping out, slipping on beans. So when I'm ever dumping the trucks, I tend to sweep up a little bit around the pit because I don't want to wipe out and I don't want, there tends to be a lot of old guys who haul grain. I'd hate to see someone slip on some beans. So always try to do my part to keep the pit all cleaned up so no one's slipping and sliding on these beans. Also trying to avoid as much dust as possible because these beans are dry and dusty. It's 8:08, move into the other truck, gonna get the other load. This load tested 9.3 for moisture. So super dry. We're losing yield that way. So that's a bummer. Okay, so I'm sitting here with Dad and I need to get the weight of this entire field hauled elsewhere so that I can calibrate our yield monitor, because it'll be like 61 acres, and if all of those bushels get moved out, I can have a calibration on that full first 61 acres, and that'll be a really good calibration. I have a 3,000 bushel contract at one elevator, but I have contract elsewhere. We have a lot of bushels moving, and so I don't want to go over the one contract that I have. So I just called the guys who are trucking the grain elsewhere. I have one semi that has about 850 bushels on it. We also have the grain cart. So what I need to do to make sure that I get everything moved without them wasting, not having enough beans on a truck, and not hauling too many loads where I don't have beans contracted, I need to dump the truck that I have right now into the overhead. That'll be 850. We have beans on the grain cart. I will dump those also into the overhead. And then I'll know that I comfortably have more than 1,000 bushels in the overhead that they can take. And then I will put the rest in a semi. And then once they've loaded out and I know the overhead's empty, the rest of those beans I'll haul, finish my contract, assuming that they fit all between what I've hauled, what the guy's bringing, and the trucks that I have. I should only have to haul one other load, I'm assuming, on what our acres are. Hopefully I don't have to run over like a little splash. If I have to run over a little splash, I have a local place that I can bring bushels. It's less, the basis is a lot lower, but if I'm only moving 200 bushels, it doesn't make sense to go sit in a line for like 2 hours to dump that and drive further. So I think we've got a plan. Okay, and the guy just texted me, there will be someone here at 9 a.m., which is awesome. I just assumed we wouldn't be able to get this situated and he wouldn't be here until later in the day, but this is awesome. Okay, first thing we need to make sure is this is going into the overhead, which this was labeled a little bit better. Okay, I just did not expect them to be able to be on it so quickly, which is amazing. But I got the one truck unloading. Dad's gonna watch it. I'm gonna go get the other truck filled up. I think that should give us enough time to get these dumped in here and ready for him to pick them up. Okay, it's exactly 8:30 now. The key is to work smart and efficiently, not to rush, because when you rush, you break things. So tractor's getting on, we're gonna unload. We got plenty of time to get around the block, get these trucks unloaded before they get picked up. This is one of those really nice instances where the ditch I'm on is higher than the truck, so I can just see in super well. Okay, it is 9:02 and we are filling them up. Great timing. He did have to wait about 5 minutes, but hey, I'm almost ready by 9. What'd you thought 45 minutes ago when we called the truck would be loading out at 9:02?
That's efficiency.
This is pretty good for day 2. Okay, I've officially lost my coffee. Must be over in the shop. Got the guy loaded out, and then now we're refilling up our truck. I dumped more beans in than we would need for his load because I wanted to make sure that we didn't run out and I had to run more beans up into it or something. So reloading the beans that I just dumped back into our semi, and we're gonna go over, get things greased and start cutting. Okay, we got all the essentials. Got water, grease, apple, cheese, grease gun. JD's got the other grease gun. Just got the combine greased. We didn't do a thorough huge greasing on it just since we only put 40 hours in it. 40 acres on it yesterday. Tasted a couple of beans, chewed on a couple of beans. They're a little bit chewy, but gonna see if they go or not. George is here. I'm sure he wants to know what's going on with the beans. I'll go talk to him. George is the 88-year-old who works for us. Typically works when we get into the corn, when we need to have more hands on deck, but he likes to be out here, he likes to be working, and I really appreciate the help. He's at 70% full. He's gonna dump this round. Let's see if he sticks his auger out. What happened there? I need to wipe off these windows already. Looks like he's adjusting me before he starts unloading. Please don't machine sink me into this. I'm just kidding, we have room, but. Oh, those little beeps are him adjusting me going forward or backwards or in either direction. So he's just getting the cart exactly where he wants it at. Now, am I fully capable of getting lined up and matching the same speed as him so he can unload? Yes. However, this allows him to adjust speed as he's dumping on the go. So, if you're dumping, you typically, just pick a speed, but this can allow him to speed up or slow down as the cart's going. And it just leaves less room for error when your wheel is this close to the bean head. And then if he catches a rock or something, he has to slam on the brakes really quick. Just more security there and more efficiency. I just have 2 trucks ahead of me. Woohoo! Just got my slip from the trucker who brought my beans to that other plant. We had 979 bushels on it, and the moisture was 9.2. 9.2. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to go help JD get moved. I have about I think he said 90% full truck. So I will take that over. I'll have a little bit of overage on my one contract, but it'll be fine. And then we'll have a good calibration all ready to go. Now, we don't normally keep our header on, but we're just going from that other side of that woods to right here. And we're lucky there's no traffic coming on this direction, so I think we should be good. Not inconveniencing anyone. That's always big. Perfect. No one's waiting on him, and no one's waiting on me. We're good to go, folks. Okay, we have JD combining. I stuck the grain cart right here. for lunch, we have this apple that I started eating, this cheese that is already melted, and then a granola bar somewhere in there. I should have probably packed my food a little bit better. It is hot. I can feel the sweat dripping down my body. That's disgusting. But also I hate winter. Like, I hate being cold, so I'm gonna try not to complain. And I'm also gonna prioritize driving the Freightliner when I can. I've got 4 trucks behind me, 1 more to dump ahead of me. 811.67. 11.8% moisture. I'm not going to name any names, but someone spilled just a little bit loading the first load. That's okay. I'm going to put this load into the overhead. I don't think another truck could come today to haul these on a contract, but then they'll be in the overhead ready to be loaded out whenever I can get a truck. I'm not sure if they haul on the weekends or not. And then I'll start dumping into our soybean bin. It is 2:31. I have Colin in the grain cart. I have JD in the combine. I am trucking beans back and forth, which means I finally have time to put my contacts in for the day. Wash these hands up. So this was our total number of bushels at Ethel's. I believe this farm is 61.14 acres. So you can do the math right there to figure out what my bushels per acre are, but I'm pretty happy with that. And that reads a little bit higher than what the combine's at, so we'll get it all adjusted. It is 2:41. Just heard from the trucking company. They said that they can have a truck here by 3:30 or 4. So got plenty of time to get another load, and then we'll get another one hauled out of here. So that's nice. I kind of want to get all of my stuff hauled out first before I fill the bins, just so that then I just don't have to be worrying about their logistics, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to have to wait on them. Probably about 10 times a day, I look at my ops center for my John Deere so I can see exactly where they're at in the field, how they're getting along, just making sure things are moving. I'm not getting any alerts of any broken down equipment or anything. This truck is ready to be moved. I just got a message saying that they could pick up another load today, so gonna get this into the overhead and get it picked up quick. Think we have enough to fill another load for him? Ah! Oh my. Okay, we have this truck half full, and they're dumping on the go right now. This is just so... Okay, I was driving into the field. I've got this, I noticed this. So this like raised up a little bit. And then there's that. Is this a tile blowout? Or is this a weird... Good sign when they have to dump twice. Put together a snack real quick. We have sauerkraut and like the little sausage thingies and a little honey mustard. Who knows? Since this stuff is really dry and I have enough in the overhead for a load if they come tomorrow, I need to switch the distributor over to the southwest bin. Do we think this says southwest? Yes. Okay, we are back at the field. That semi is almost full, and they have 15-ish acres left in here, so I need to do the math. I'll also figure out how much Colin has on the cart to see if I need to bring another semi back. I'm really hoping that the beans don't get tough before we can get this field finished, just because it would be annoying to have to come back here just to finish this little bit. And be really nice to be able to move tomorrow to a different field. I need to clean my windows already. The mouse that is living in here and I are just becoming friends at this point. Okay, 9.7. So I have the loads that I've dumped in, and then these are the 2 loads that were picked up. And then 2 more loads, and these are going into the southwest bin. So those ones are going to the overhead. Should have enough to have that many bushels if someone wants to come pick up a load. And then roughly 2 trucks have gone into the big bean bin. Making sure that the rest of the beans are gonna fit on this truck and the truck that I just brought over. This field is really close to a high school, and there was a football game because it was a Friday night and we could hear the band playing very faintly. Took the second to last semi home, and then I had Dad run me back in the pickup truck to move the last semi and call it a night. Okay, it is 8:50. We are done for the day. We got a little bit over 100 acres in. I think it was 104 acres, so that's pretty good for us. I'm really happy with that being our progress on day 2.